Sometimes you watch a game and there's just this feeling like you're seeing something unfold that's going to stick with you.
Oh, definitely.
That was kind of the vibe this past Friday night in the NBA.
Absolutely. I mean, for anyone following along, it wasn't just, another regular season game. It had a bit of everything, really.
Right.
A comeback, a win that actually matters quite a bit for the playoffs. And yeah, an individual performance that, well, it's one for the history books.
Exactly. And that's what we're really digging into today. Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets, and this incredible thing he's just accomplished.
Yeah.
We've got a great breakdown from Yard Barker covering the game itself, plus some key tweets, straight from the NBA's official account.
Good sources.
So our mission here is to really unpack what Jokic did, why it's such a big deal, and, well, what it all means.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit. The game. Nuggets hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. What were the sort of crucial details there?
Right, okay. So Yard Barker lays it out. Nuggets at home, Friday night. It ended up 117-109 for Denver. But honestly, just saying the final score, it doesn't capture the journey of that game at all.
Not even close. It was a proper comeback story, wasn't it? The article points out, like, in the final 6 minutes, Denver just shut Memphis down.
Yeah.
Outscored them 14-1. That kind of swing so late in the game. That's pretty wild.
You're telling me. And it wasn't like they were just down by a couple of points. They had to claw back from being down 15.
15 points.
That kind of fight, especially this late in the season, it says a lot about a team's mentality going into the playoffs.
No, absolutely. And speaking of playoffs, this win was huge for them in the West, right? Keeping them in that top 6.
Crucial. Avoiding the play-in tournament.
Which, yeah, means more rest, less chance of an upset.
Mm-hmm.
A big, big advantage. It's also interesting the coaching situation there.
Right. David Edelman, the interim coach. This was his second win since taking over. Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
If there's a new spark, maybe. A different energy.
Could be. You never know. So beyond Jokic, who else really showed up for the Nuggets in this one?
Good question. It wasn't just the Jokic show, even with the history he made.
No, definitely not. Aaron Gordon was.
Wow.
33 points. And get this, 8 dunks.
8. That's some serious force.
Total force. And Jamal Murray, he came back after missing 6 games. Hamstring issue, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Put up a solid 15 points.
Yeah.
Then you had Russell Westbrook, 14 points, doing his thing. Christian Braun added 12.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Porter Jr., quiet scoring maybe, but 12 rebounds.
A beast on the glass.
Yeah, it really felt like a team effort to kind of snatch that win back.
It sounds like it. Everyone playing their part in that late surge. Okay, flip side. The Grizzlies. Who stood out for them?
Well, Desmond Bane led the way with 24 points. John Moran had 21. Jaren Jackson Jr. put in 18.
Solid numbers.
Yeah, and Luke Kennard added 12. Scottie Pippen Jr. had 11.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zach Edey was big on the boards with 16 rebounds. So, they had guys playing well.
For sure. But like you said, the final score tells a story, and the article makes it clear they just couldn't close it out.
Exactly. That late game execution just wasn't there. They missed their last 10 shots. 10.
Oof. Brutal.
And 4 turnovers in those final critical minutes.
Yeah.
It's just, a really tough way to lose, especially when you had the lead.
It really underscores how vital it is to finish strong, particularly against a team like Denver. Can you walk us through some of those key moments in the comeback?
Yeah, okay. So it was tied 97, all early in the fourth. Then Memphis goes on this little 6-0 run.
Okay, pulling ahead again.
Yeah, and they actually pushed that lead to 108-103 with about 6 minutes left. You're thinking, okay, maybe Memphis has got this.
Right, feels like they weathered the storm.
But then Jokic hits this crucial layup. Then, immediately after, a great pass to Gordon for a dunk. Yeah. Big momentum swing.
Yeah.
Jokic goes to the line, splits the free throws, and boom, tied game, 108-108.
Wow, just like that. All fueled by Jokic.
Pretty much. Then JJJ misses for Memphis.
Yeah.
Next Nuggets possession, Jamal Murray hits a jumper. Denver takes the lead for the first time since, way early in the game.
Clutch shot for Murray.
Totally. The whole feeling in the arena must have shifted right then. Then Russ Westbrook gets a huge steal on Desmond Bane.
Vintage Westbrook.
Exactly. And Jokic basically puts the nail in the coffin with this little 8-foot floater. Makes it 112-108, just over 2 minutes left.
And they held on from there.
Yep. Managed the clock, got the stops they needed, secured the W.
Incredible sequence. Shows real composure.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's shift gears to the main event, really. The reason this game is more than just a comeback win, Jokic's individual night.
Right.
And the record he locked down, what were his final numbers?
Just, another casual line for him. 26 points, 16 rebounds, 13 assists.
Another triple-double. Ho-hum.
Yeah, right. But this one was different.
It really was. This is the one that carries the historical weight. Both Yardbarker and the NBA's own social media were all over it.
Yeah.
Because with that performance, Nikola Jokic officially guaranteed he will average a triple-double for the entire 2024-25 NBA season.
He's just kind of mind-bending when you actually stop and think about it.
It really is.
The article points out he joins this super exclusive club. Only 2 other guys in NBA history have done it.
Russell Westbrook and the Big O, Oscar Robertson.
That's it. That's a list. Unbelievable company.
Seriously elite. And the article makes another key point, which I think is maybe even more stunning.
What's that?
Jokic is the first center in NBA history to average a triple-double for a whole season.
Wow. Okay, yeah. That puts a whole different spin on it, doesn't it? A center.
Exactly. A guy who traditionally plays near the basket, focuses on scoring inside, rebounding, doing this, averaging double-digit assists.
It basically rewrites the job description for the position.
Completely. And his triple-double stats just this season are nuts. That was his 34th this year.
34.
Brings his career total up to 164. Like the NBA's tweet said, he's officially in the history books for this stuff now.
Man, it just speaks volumes about his versatility, his vision, his overall impact on everything.
To do it consistently, night after night, across a whole season, scoring, rebounding, and playmaking at that level, it's incredibly rare, incredibly demanding.
So let's pull back a bit. Think about the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
This happens right near the end of the regular season. What are the implications?
Well, the timing itself is interesting, right? Playoffs are just around the corner. Getting this kind of historic individual achievement, plus pulling off that tough comeback win, that's got to be a huge morale boost for the whole team.
For sure. Confidence builder.
And like you said, that win helped solidify their playoff seeding. They had that last game against Houston coming up. Avoiding the play-in is just so important.
Yeah, totally. Saves energy, avoids that extra pressure, maybe gets you a better matchup.
Exactly. And thinking about what averaging a triple-double actually means, it just shows how complete his influence is.
Right. It's not just scoring. It's controlling the boards, running the offense. He's involved in almost everything good that happens for them.
It really makes you think about the challenges, especially for a center, to rack up assists like that. Traditionally, that's not the role.
Not at all. Point guards, dish out assists, center score down low, grab rebounds.
But Jokic's passing, it's just different. His court vision, the touch on his passes, finding cutters. It's like having a point guard in a center's body.
Yeah, it really is. It makes their whole offense so much harder to guard because the threat comes from everywhere, orchestrated by him.
It raises that question, how many other centers in NBA history could even dream of doing this?
It's got to be a very, very short list. Maybe 0.
I mean, you think of the legends, Russell, Wilt, dominant scorers, rebounders, sure.
Yeah.
But this level of playmaking consistently over 82 games, it's just unique.
Singular is the word, maybe. He kind of breaks the mold of traditional positions.
He really does. He's a playmaker in a big man's body, and this season, averaging the triple-double, it's like the ultimate statistical proof of that. We're watching something pretty special.
Okay, so wrapping things up here, the big takeaway. Nikola Jokic, history made, averaging a triple-double for the 2024-25 season.
Yep.
Puts him with Westbrook and Robertson, legendary company. And crucially, he's the only center ever to do it.
An absolutely incredible feat.
And it all came together on a night where the Nuggets showed some real grit, coming back to beat the Grizzlies.
Yeah, a night that really highlighted both his individual brilliance and the team's resilience, right when they need it, heading towards the playoffs.
Which brings us to that final thought, something for everyone listening to kind of mull over.
Okay.
With Jokic's unique game, this historic season, what does this actually mean for the future of the center position in the NBA? Is he an anomaly, or is he changing the blueprint?
Good question.
And how are we going to look back on this achievement, this part of his legacy, say, 10, 20 years from now?
Yeah, definitely something to think about. It feels like we're witnessing a shift, maybe. Or just the peak of a truly one-of-a-kind player.
Something profound to consider, for sure. History being written right in front of us.